So for our deep dive today, we're looking at a source that completely reframes the whole conversation around compulsive sexual behavior.
It really does.
I mean, it asks you to forget pretty much everything you've heard about willpower or, moral failings.
Right.
This book, The Biology of Regulation in Sexual Addiction Recovery, it posits something, well, revolutionary.
The core premise is that this is not about desire. It's not a character flaw. The book's thesis is really simple when you boil it down. Sexual addiction is affect dysregulation.
Okay, let's break that down, because affect dysregulation sounds pretty clinical.
It does.
If we're talking about a nervous system that never learned to feel safe, what exactly is affect?
Think of it like your entire internal weather system. It's the emotion, sure, but it's also the physical sensation. That tightness in your chest, maybe?
Or a knot in your stomach?
Exactly. That plus the actual state of your nervous system. So when your affect is dysregulated, your internal world is just a constant storm you can't manage.
And that gets right to the core of the problem then. The material explains that when those really painful emotions like loneliness, shame, that kind of deep emptiness...
Or just overwhelming stress.
Right. When that stuff can't be processed, the whole system just hits the panic button.
Precisely. The nervous system flips a switch. It goes straight into that primitive fight, flight, or freeze response.
And when that happens, the logical part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, it just shuts down.
It literally goes offline. You lose access to conscious choice.
So it's a survival mechanism, not a logical decision, which explains why sexual stimulation becomes the go-to solution.
It's pure neurobiology. The behavior triggers a massive dopamine hit for that instant relief.
And then the opioids come in to numb the pain.
It's the body's quickest, most effective internal rescue mission. It creates this automatic loop. Emotional pain, then sexual behavior, which leads to temporary calm.
A survival strategy, not about pleasure necessarily.
Not at its root, no.
So this brings up a huge question for me. If it's a survival mechanism, why do all the traditional approaches, shaming the behavior, forcing abstinence, why do they fail so often?
Because you're essentially yelling at a system that's already panicking. Trying to fight the urge or piling on shame just puts more stress on a system that's already dysregulated.
It's just making it worse.
You're making it so much worse. The biological logic is simple. When your ability to regulate goes down, the addictive behavior goes up.
So intellectual insight alone can't fix it.
It can't. It doesn't change the underlying wiring of the nervous system.
That is a really profound shift. It means we stop treating this as a moral fight.
And start treating it as a biological one.
The healing message here, then, is that recovery doesn't start by controlling behavior. It starts by regulating the nervous system.
The whole focus changes. It's not about external control. It's about building internal capacity. You're building emotional safety.
Learning how to just sit with discomfort.
Yes, and developing actual body-based skills, things like breathing, sensing where you are in a room. It's very tangible.
And the outcome of that is choice. As that internal safety grows, the compulsive drive just canilled. It naturally fades, and real choice comes back online.
If you connect it all back, the compassionate truth in this source is that it's about too little regulation, not too much desire.
It's a deficit of safety.
A deficit of soothing, exactly.
So for you listening to this, the idea to carry forward is that maybe healing doesn't start with stopping the behavior.
It starts with a pause.
It starts with asking a couple of really fundamental body-centered questions. First, what am I trying so hard not to feel right now?
And then, maybe the most important question of all.
What does my body need right now to actually feel safe?